Have you ever wondered why most of the biggest animals on Earth can be found in the ocean? The phenomenon is called ocean gigantism, and it is quite the fascinating subject, so I would suggest looking it up. We're not here to talk about that though, because we're going to talk about the 10 biggest ocean creatures in the world. Number 1 is a no-brainer, unless we find something even bigger. Stay tuned for just what that is. Number 10. The giant oarfish. Definitely not the largest ocean creature on our list, but it's definitely one of the longest. In fact, it's the longest species of bony fish in the world, reaching a length of 56 feet and can weigh up to 600 pounds. They were first described in 1772, but it has been rarely seen because it lives at considerable depths. It is not well known, but giant oarfish are thought to frequent depths at around 3,300 feet. The silvery fish are sometimes called the king of herrings because of their superficial resemblance to the smaller fish. However, they are named oarfish because of their long pectoral fins, which resemble oars. Not a lot is actually known about the conservation status of giant oarfish because they've rarely been observed alive, although fishermen do occasionally pull them up in nets as unwanted bycatch. Of course, if it's caught, there's always someone out there who will ask what does fried oarfish taste like. Its size and weight could potentially feed a ton of mouths, but it looks like they aren't really that edible, with their flesh being described as flabby and gooey. Probably not that healthy for you, but if you're into eating slime, then hey, by all means, have a go. Number 9. The great white shark. Great whites are the largest predatory fish on Earth. They grow to an average of 15 feet in length, though specimens exceeding 20 feet and weighing up to 5,000 pounds have been recorded. They have slate gray upper bodies to blend in with the rocky coastal sea floor, but get their name from their universally white underbellies. They are streamlined, torpedo-shaped swimmers with powerful tails that can propel them through the waters at speeds of up to 15 miles per hour. They can even leave the water completely, breaching like whales when attacking prey from underneath. Not only massive, but pretty ferocious as well. Of the 100+ annual shark attacks worldwide, fully 1/3 to 1/2 are attributable to great whites. However, most of these aren't fatal, and new research finds that great whites, who are naturally curious, are sample biting, then releasing their victims rather than preying on humans. It's not a terribly comforting distinction, but it does indicate that humans are not actually on the great white's menu. Number 8. The killer whale. Reaching around 34 feet in length and weighing around 6 tons, orcas, or killer whales, are the largest of the dolphins and one of the world's most powerful predators. They're immediately recognizable by their distinctive black and white coloring. Smart and social, orcas make a wide variety of communicative sounds, and each pod has distinctive noises that its members will recognize even at a distance. They use echolocation to communicate and hunt, making sounds that travel underwater until they encounter objects, then bounce back, revealing their location, size, and shape. They are at the top of the food chain and have very diverse diets. They feast on fish, penguins, and marine mammals such as seals, sea lions, and even whales, including smaller dolphins. They employ teeth that can be 4 inches long. They are known to grab seals right off the ice, and they also eat fish, squid, and seabirds. One is scary enough, but orcas always hunt in packs, kinda like wolves, and it can be up to 40 individuals. Number 7. The giant manta ray. Giant manta rays are definitely one of the most unmistakable creatures in the ocean, with their flat, diamond-shaped bodies, their wing-like pectoral fins, and the 2 horn-shaped fins on their heads, which gives them their nickname of devilfish. For many years, scientists thought that there's only one species of manta ray. It turns out that there are 2 distinct species. The smaller reef manta, which can have a wingspan of 11 feet, not nearly as impressive as the giant manta ray, which boasts of a wingspan of up to 29 feet. And although they look like they could swallow a person whole, both species are filter feeders. They swim with their mouths wide open, drawing in zooplankton and krill, which they sift through rows of tiny rakes that line their mouths called gill plates. They use creative techniques when feeding, often doing repeated somersaults to stay in a single spot that is packed with krill, or chain feeding, following each other in a circle, mouths open, to create a cyclone effect, trapping food in that spiral. Recent studies have also shown that they are pretty smart creatures as well. Manta rays have the largest brain-to-size ratio of any cold-blooded fish. Studies have shown that manta rays may recognize themselves in the mirror, an ability indicative of high cognitive function, also shown by dolphins, primates, and elephants. Studies have also shown that manta rays are able to create mental maps of their environment through smell and visual cues, indicating highly developed long-term memory. Number 6. The sperm whale. When talking about the largest creatures in the ocean, it's inevitable for whales to make it to the list. There are quite a few of them, all of them are quite massive. Our next entry on this list is probably one of the more popular ones, having served as the inspiration for the classic novel Moby Dick. They have the largest brain of any creature known to have lived on Earth, even larger than the brain of the largest creature on Earth. Their heads also hold large quantities of substance called spermaceti. Whalers once believed that the oily fluid was sperm, but scientists still don't understand the function of spermaceti. One common theory is that the fluid, which hardens to wax when cold, helps the whale alter its buoyancy so it can dive deep and rise again. Sperm whales are known to dive as deep as 3,280 feet in search of squid to eat. When feeding, these giant mammals must hold their breath for up to 90 minutes, which is a good skill to have when you're a whale, especially a whale that needs to consume a ridiculous amount of food, which is about 1 ton per day. But if you find out what animal they feed on, you'll see that eating a ton of food every day is pretty doable. Number 5. The colossal squid. The colossal squid is a massive squid that lives in the deep sea surrounding Antarctica, and it's also the holder of multiple records. Not only is it the largest invertebrate on Earth, it also has the largest eyes of any animal, larger even than those of the great whales. Human knowledge of the colossal squid is based on very few specimens that have been captured in deep-sea fisheries, and on beaks that have been found in the stomachs of the species' most significant predator, the sperm whale. With such limited opportunities for study, it is difficult to characterize the biology and ecology of such a rare species, even one as large as the colossal squid. Reaching a combined body and tentacle length of up to 46 feet and weights of at least 1,100 pounds, the colossal squid is a very large deep-sea predator. Their tentacles are covered with suckers that are equipped with strong, sharp hooks, used in both capturing prey and fighting off predation, which are good things to have, especially if you know that you're on the diet of one of the largest predators in the ocean. People have often imagined that this species engages in fierce battles with sperm whales, leaving both species injured, as most southern sperm whales are covered with scars from colossal squid hooks. Number 4. The whale shark. At 33 feet long and weighing at 20 tons, it's hard to believe that the whale shark is not the biggest ocean creature on Earth. Even harder to believe is the fact that for its massive size, its diet consists of some of the tiniest creatures on the Earth. The whale shark, like the world's second largest fish, the basking shark, is a filter feeder. In order to eat, the beast juts out its formidably sized jaws and passively filters everything in its path. The mechanism is theorized to be a technique called cross-flow filtration, similar to some bony fish and baleen whales. Although massive, whale sharks are docile fish and sometimes allow swimmers to hitch a ride. They are currently listed as a vulnerable species, however they continue to be hunted in parts of Asia, such as the Philippines. Fortunately, conservationists seem to be getting headway when it comes to protecting these creatures, as swimming with whale sharks are starting to become a viable ecotourism activity. Number 3. The fin whale. The fin whale is the second largest animal to ever live in the entire history of Earth. It can reach a length of about 85 feet and weight of about 80 tons. This species is second only to its close relative, which you will also get to meet in a bit. Their incredible size is only possible because of their aquatic lifestyles and the buoyancy provided by seawater. On land, an animal as large as the fin whale would almost certainly be crushed under its own weight. Interestingly enough, though they are enormous, fin whales are not predatory. They filter feed for tiny krill or small pelagic fishes and are totally harmless to people. This is a weird fact not only for fin whales but also to other filter feeders, which include some of the larger animals on Earth. They have a pretty global distribution and live in every ocean except for parts of the Arctic that remain covered with ice throughout most of the year. They are constantly on the move and are known to undergo very long migrations between feeding grounds near the poles and calving grounds in the tropics. Their very large size may help fin whales survive such long trips through waters that may provide relatively little food. Now it's time for the day's best pick. And today we're going to be taking a look at an animal that may not be the largest on our list, but it may actually be the longest creature ever. Find out what it is next with number 2. The lion's mane jellyfish. The lion's mane jellyfish is not only the largest jelly species in the world, but it also harbors a powerful sting that it uses to catch its prey. Most humans have little to fear from this ferocious jelly, but its poison is more than enough to scare away enemies, thus creating a safe space for both the jelly and other species that are lucky enough to be immune to the toxin. It can grow up to 120 feet long. By comparison, the largest recorded blue whale was a paltry 108 feet long. But don't go around calling this jellyfish the world's longest animal. Some scientists claim that the title belongs to the saltwater bootlace worm, which can reach up to 180 feet in length. However, such a specimen has yet to be found. And although they don't really pose much of a threat to us humans, that doesn't mean that they aren't dangerous. One report states that a single jellyfish was responsible for stinging between 50 and 100 swimmers in New Hampshire on June 16th of 2010. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out. Number 1. The blue whale. Should this entry come as a surprise? Unless there's an even bigger monster hiding in the deep ocean yet to be discovered, the blue whale will continue to hold the title of not only the biggest animal on Earth, but also the biggest animal to have ever existed. These magnificent marine mammals rule the oceans at up to 100 feet long and upwards of 200 tons. Their tongues alone can weigh as much as an elephant, and their hearts as much as an automobile. Like other huge ocean creatures, their diet is composed nearly exclusively of tiny shrimp-like animals called krill. During certain times of the year, a single adult blue whale consumes about 4 tons of krill a day. Did we leave anything out? Let us know in the comments section down below. Want to watch more videos about amazing animals? Click on any of the videos you see on your screen. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody!